have a freeze watch in effect. We are expecting low temperatures down into the mid and low 20s early Sunday morning. So it is a very active pattern, folks. We're going to have much more on this forecast in just about 10 minutes.
Robert, thanks a lot. Dad, his mom and new girlfriend accused of taking two kids at gunpoint from their mom's Augusta home.
Now they are behind bars after a hunt that yielded a big haul of drugs. Police say Jorge Gonzalez Ortiz forced his way into the home on Middleton Place early this morning. They say he was joined by his mom, Maria Lorenzo, and his girlfriend, Barbara Avila.
This happened just before 4:30 in the morning. Deputies say they found the two children, ages 6 and 8, safe at a home on Virginia Avenue about 2 hours later. In a search of the suspect's car, investigators say they found cocaine, marijuana, meth, heroin, and $13,000 in cash.
The CDC says about 37 million Americans, or about 11% of the country, is living with diabetes. But the cost for life-saving insulin nearly tripled between 2002 and 2013.
President Biden calling on Congress to cap out a pocket insulin cost at $35 a month. David Aid introduces us to an Atlanta woman living with diabetes.
I don't want other people to go through what I went through for over 5 years.
When Atlanta resident Lacey Mason was in college, she says she didn't have health insurance to cover the insulin she needed to treat her type 1 diabetes. Unable to afford the hundreds of dollars in out-of-pocket costs each month, Mason says she found herself turning to what she describes as a secret black market.
Met a couple strangers in some parking lots, and they gave me some insulin.
She also rationed insulin, a dangerous and potentially deadly practice. The American Diabetes Association says 1 in 4 people with diabetes turn to because of cost.
But I don't think people realize what rationing insulin does to your body. My kidneys hurt. Almost every day I rationed insulin. I could physically feel my kidneys hurt because my blood sugar was so high.
I spoke with Georgia Democratic Senator Raphael Warnock, who is sponsoring a bill to cap insulin costs at $35 a month for people with Medicare and private insurance coverage.
For the sake of folks who deal with this every day, and for the sake of getting costs under control, we need to do this now.
The Pharmaceutical Research and Manufacturers of America, a DC lobbying group, which represents the 3 top insulin makers, says middlemen along the supply chain are to blame for high insulin prices. Following President Biden's State of the Union address, where he called for an insulin price cap, the group's president said in a statement, allowing the government to set the price of medicines isn't the answer. Right now, Warnock's bill only has Democratic support.
And to Ukraine now, medical staff at a hospital on the northeast outskirts of Kiev.
Implants.
All right, some good advice. Thanks, Riley. It's been empty for nearly 2 decades after multiple failed attempts by local government. Now state lawmakers are hoping a bill could be the start of something new at the old Regency Mall. We'll talk about that on News 12, first at 5.
George St. Gentry Lawyers has the
It's time for Weinberger's famous Made in America sale.
Save up to 50% off on the finest quality American-made brands like Smith Brothers, Stickley, Winesburg, Yahtzee, and more. Plus, get 20% off Made in America mattresses by Kingsdown.
Customize or choose from in-stock items. Save on bedroom, dining room, sofas, chairs, and home office.
Can you save up to 50% off on all of our American-made collections?
Yes, you can.
Your mission. From the station that's on your side, News 12, first at 5, continues.
An eyesore and a point of frustration for local leaders, but now state lawmakers could help tackle tearing down the old Regency Mall.
But up first, rain, wind, a drastic.
All right, thanks for that, Riley. It has held the city hostage for years. That's what commissioners have to say about what's left at the Regency Mall in Augusta.
Well, that was 8 months ago, and the city's attempts to do something with the building have fallen short so far. But now, state lawmakers are getting involved.
They sure are. Kennedy Harris is live near the mall. And Kennedy, what's standing in the city's way, and will this new state bill speed things up?
For 20 years, this mall has sat empty, just like you see it now. The only change we've seen in the last few months is that a wall has been torn down, and you can see it's made just a big hole, which really just makes it more of an eyesore. But the new Senate legislation might give the city power to finally do something. Yesterday evening, the Senate Judiciary Committee passed Senator Harold Jones' bill that would allow government to use the eminent domain power on abandoned mall properties. The senator says Regency Mall was the inspiration for this bill, but it's a statewide problem. Current eminent domain laws are restricted on size and types of property that the city can take control of. The bill applies to commercial properties, 375,000 square feet or bigger, that have been abandoned for more than 10 consecutive years. Regency more than fits that requirement. If you pass the bill does pass, the bill would allow the city to send notice to Regency's owners and eventually take the property by paying a fair market price. It might not even get to that point. Senator Jones says it's another step to address pressure on owners to do something.
If we can look at the small person and say, we may take your property or give you fair market value, which would be very low, then certainly we can stand up to those who have extreme wealth and say, look, you're taking down whole communities. You've got to step up and do something with this property.
It's also supposed to make things happen quicker, but so is the city's blight ordinance. I'll have that story and an update on where that stands tonight at 6 o'clock.
Thanks, Kennedy. A lot of people anxious to see something finally happen there.
Also today, cyber facilities enforce the ongoing conflict is driving up costs all across the U.S.
Our Claire Allen joins us live in the studio now with how people here in the river region are managing rising expenses.
Gas prices have steadily increased. Take a look at this timeline. A month ago, the average price for gas in Augusta was $3.31 a gallon. A week ago, it jumped to $3.67. Today, it's $4.18 and continues to rise. Folks are feeling the pain, but financial experts tell me budgeting can help. What do you think about these gas prices?
I think they're ridiculous. It's craziness.
People are feeling the impact of inflation on all kinds of goods and hoping for some relief.
I know that there's a lot of people on fixed incomes and stuff in Augusta, and it's got to be super hard to budget and kind of, go to the grocery store.
I want to come see the grandkids, so we got to have gas.
So what can you do to save money? A financial advisor tells me the best thing to do is start a budget.
Go through that budget, look at your monthly bills and say, hey, where can I save some money?
Instead of shopping at big name stores and eating out, you can save around 30% shopping at low-cost stores like Aldi's and cooking at home.
The big thing is eating out. People spend a ton of money on eating out. If you go to the grocery store, meal prep for the week, you can save a ton of money.
He adds carpooling or limiting your trips can save you cash.
Get a group together where you alternate who drives or split the gas costs.
It makes it hard to get from point A to point B.
Borders says doing an annual financial checkup can help you become more disciplined.
If you know where every dollar is assigned to, you can save a lot of money.
We're not going to be taking our RV out anytime soon.
Experts recommend using websites like mint.com and everydollar.com to help start saving money.
We sympathize about the RV. Can you imagine filling up one of those?
No, because my SUV is hard enough.
Yeah, it is. Claire, thanks. To sports now. Butler and Westside, they've met 3 times already this season. The 4th meeting for a state championship in Macon. That's coming up next with Nick.
And we do have a first alert weather day in effect starting early Saturday morning. We'll take a look at the timeline of those storms and what type of impacts to expect just after break.
What a sight it is. We're getting some new photos of those peach blossoms out of Edgefield County. Just amazing, and should be near the peak this weekend.
Yeah, they're so beautiful, but unfortunately for those farmers, we are expecting a hard freeze this weekend. It's so beautiful. I hate to see the freeze coming. But first alert, Chief Meteorologist Riley Hale, you've been warning about this. You've said that expect some more cold weather. And
it's a lot there, Riley. Thanks a lot. Day 2 of the GHSA Basketball Championships in Macon today, featuring an all-Augusta championship.
Nick Proto is in Macon as Butler and Westside met for the 2A state championship.
Butler and Westside have met 3 times this season. The Bulldogs won the first 2. Westside won round 3 in the region championship. Today they meet for a fourth time here in Macon with the boys' 2A state title on the line. Westside's Jerry Hunter looking for his second title. Butler's Cervantes Body looking for his first. Bulldogs came out hot as Jamarian Blanton hits the three. He had 4 triples in the first half. At the end of the first quarter, Chance Finglin misses a shot but gets the tip in to go. Butler led by as many as 13 in this one, but here comes Westside. J. Lex Ewing on the break throws one down that nearly blows the roof off the Coliseum. The second half was all Westside. The defense locked down, the offense locked in. Ewing had a game-high 16 points. Amari Tillman chipped in 14 more. And for the first time in nearly 30 years, the Westside boys basketball team is state champions. So we've got our first GHSA state basketball champion this year, Westside, winning their first title since 1995. These two coaches and programs have so much respect for one another, and that showed out here on the court this evening. We've still got 2 more chances for state champs here in Macon. The Cross Creek boys go for the 3A title, and the Grovetown boys go for the 6A title. Those are both coming up here tomorrow. We'll have that right here on News 12. Reporting from the Macon Coliseum, Nick Proto on your side.
Congrats to Westside.
We are well represented in that championship.
Yeah, we are. Construction on the Carolina Panthers' new headquarters and practice facility in Rock Hill, South Carolina, is on pause. This over an alleged mispayment. The city agreed to pay $20 million and to issue more than $200 million in bonds for this project. The $20 million was paid, but the bonds, they were never issued. We're not sure why the city hasn't issued the bonds it promised.
Apple AirTags can help you find your purse or your keys, but they can also be used to track you without you knowing it. We're on your side with a closer look when we come back, first at 5.
The Live Eye camera. Moisture on your walls and basement floors are all indications that you need a water protection system. At Mount Valley Foundation Services, we offer permanent solutions that help put your worries to rest. Call us today for a free inspection.
Police departments across the country getting reports of stalkers using Apple devices to track where someone goes just by hiding an AirTag somewhere in their purse, in their car, whatever.
Scary stuff. Privacy experts and women's groups want changes, saying they put people's lives in danger. Jamie Tucker takes a close look at the technology and what someone tracking you can actually see.
This is an Apple AirTag. Put it in a bag or a purse or on keys and you'll always know where it is by checking your iPhone. If you lose it, another iPhone owner will help find it. But AirTags will track anything, including my friend Jessica.
Just for the record, you're okay with this, right?
Absolutely.
All right, here we go.
I hid it under her car seat and off she goes. The tracker works by connecting to other iPhones with the Find My feature turned on. So if someone gets within 30 feet or so, the AirTag pings another iPhone and then marks its location on the Find My app on my phone. As Jessica drives across town, the AirTag and the backpack icon I chose connected to other iPhones without her or the other iPhone user knowing it. On my Find My app, I saw every place she went. At her friend's house, my AirTag connected to her friend's iPhone and put the location on the map. When she drove to the school to pick up the kids, I got another location. When she stopped at a restaurant, the AirTag connected to someone else's iPhone, and I could even see where the AirTag and her car was parked. And when she went home, her location appeared again. Did she know? Well, Jessica got this notification that an AirTag was traveling with her about 36 hours after I put it in her car. Had I not told her ahead of time, she would have been followed for a day and a half without suspicion. If she had an Android device, she would have never gotten a notification. Apple has put some safety measures in place, but make no mistake, these will track whatever they're attached to. Next time, I'll get Jessica's reaction of what I found, plus it'll show her and you what to do if you ever get a notification that you're being tracked. That's What the Tech. I'm Jamie Tucker.
So you really get an idea of the problem there that he just laid out for us.
Yeah.
But Apple has announced another update to the AirTags by making a louder chirp or beeping sound just to help you locate if there's a tracker traveling with you.
Wow, I mean, scary stuff there. Plus, there are stricter warnings that tracking people without their knowledge is against the law. I was actually thinking of tracking my dogs that way since they got out.
Have you ever wondered where they go when they go out?
Right. Well, you know, at least I wouldn't have to tell them. I don't think they would care,
I
though.
don't think they'd mind.
Yeah.
I like to see where the cat goes, you know.
That actually,
what an adventure.
that would be a lot more interesting than a dog, I think.
We'll have to wait and see if that experiment turns out. Let us know what you do.
Yeah. 18,000 pounds of chemicals removed from contaminated groundwater at Savannah Riverside. It's all part of a multi-decade project to treat the water and then prevent it from spreading. Well, now that that project is over and they've removed the vast majority of chemicals from the area. Yeah, it's pretty cool stuff. You can see the system they used. It's called the pump and treat system, and they processed the groundwater through wells. A huge project there, but at least a little bit of it finished. That is a pretty big milestone, I would say, the groundwater cleaned up there. Just wrapping up, kids at the Morris Museum creating their own art. They toured the Rural South exhibition, then painted and assembled slot sculptures of farm animals. It's all part of their Create With Me program. The next one is slotted for April 7th, and the theme is Radiant Rainbows. It is free for members and $5 for non-members.
So much to see there at the Morris. The Speed Week Tour coming to Augusta. The Augusta Sports Council announcing today they're hosting the inaugural Soul City Criterium this year. The cycling race downtown Augusta will be the fourth stop on that tour. A high-speed 1-mile race with some of the best racers in the world. It's coming here April 26th. These shots are from a Speed Week event in Springfield, Georgia last year. If you ever go fishing at Clarks Hill Lake, you can check out a new map from the Army Corps of Engineers. The whole goal is to help you pinpoint spots to catch more fish. It includes the boat ramps, special fishing areas, docks and banks, and even some deep water fish attractors. It has all sorts of tools on board like measuring, map sharing, and you can check which layers you want to see. Good luck out there.
Unfortunately, the fishing weather does not look great this weekend. We do have the chance for severe storms early Saturday, and then on Sunday, very cold, folks. A hard freeze early Sunday morning. Then look at that forecast just after the break.
Morning, afternoon, night. Morning, afternoon, night. Monday through Sunday, 24/7. Our first alert commitment to you is now 5 meteorologists, always tracking weather that impacts you, telling you what we know as soon as we know it. All the tools, the latest technology, and the largest team of 5 meteorologists. First Alert is our investment in your family's safety. News 12, NBC 26 First Alert weather on your side.
All right, what do we got?